This report's current as of the Thursday the 19th here. Fishing reports around town have been a little sporadic. We're still dealing with a lot of weather issues this spring. Still got a lot of cold water in the area and a lot of cold nights affecting what's going on. Water temperatures, depending on who you talk to, what time of the day they're out and where they're at, you're still hearing temperatures anywhere from the upper 40s to the mid 50s. I've heard even occasionally water temperatures 60, 61 late in the afternoon on one of the really warm afternoons. But for the most part, I'm sure that low 50 area is where most of the water is. Up here on Lake Mendota, I am hearing a little bit of crappie action around the lake. Guys finding a few nice crappies. I think they're fishing in the 5 to 9 foot of water, like Fox Bluff County Park, over along the University shoreline a little bit, maybe even over by Middleton where the sailboats are. That's a good area to look for them this time of the year. I haven't heard any big numbers, but I do hear some nice fish. A friend of mine was out yesterday afternoon trolling, had a couple hours to kill. He went up by North Shore Bay, Governor's Island area. Again, he had water temps on the main lake in the 46. Up in the North Shore Bay area, I believe 50 couple, 3-4 degrees, something like that. Mostly pike is what he caught. I don't believe he caught any walleyes yesterday afternoon anyway, but he did have a couple nice pike, some smaller pike. He caught a couple rock bass and a bluegill, all trolling. As far as the walleye action goes on Mendota, I know opening week I heard some real nice fish caught by a few guys, but I haven't really heard too much going on in the last week, 10 days or so out here. Smallmouth action still doesn't seem to have picked up too much yet, but I'm sure it's getting to be that time. Typically this time of the year we're looking at 59, 60 degree main lake water temperatures, and we don't seem to have those yet, obviously. Shore fishermen down by Tenney Park have been having some good runs of white bass, both up on the lake and in the river. A lot of smaller bluegills and occasionally some decent bluegills in the river, but usually smaller ones. Down on Lake Monona, shore fishermen have still been getting some bluegills and a few perch, I know, off the convention center and over on the Triangle area, Monona Bay area, some bluegills, some crappies in that area at times. And some nice bluegills, and once in a while some really good action if you're there at the right time. Redworms seem to be producing pretty good over in that area for a couple of the guys that I talked to. Otherwise, typically this time of the year, still ice jigs, spikes, waxworms, and redworms, obviously. Over on Squaw Bay, the guys out in boats on Squaw Bay and Turville Bay, still a few bluegills showing up in Turville Bay. On the deep side of, or not deep side, on the bay side of the rock pile at Squaw Bay, on the Squaw Bay side, I know some fellows have been taking some nice bluegills, throwing some slip bobbers in about 12 feet of water in that area, fishing right down near the bottom with some redworms. Guys are still picking up a few crappies scattered on that south shore between Squaw and Turville Bay. And down on Lake Waubesa, I'm starting to hear a little bit more crappie action down there. The Lake Farm Park, Hog Island area down by Christie's, those areas in particular. I haven't heard much walleye action recently, but there was some walleyes over by the river trestle and down by Babcock biting in the evenings or at night. Typically this time of the year, there's some guys trolling the main lake basin down there in Waubesa and Kegonsa, and I have not heard a whole lot of action, or I haven't talked directly to them, but I haven't heard that they're doing too much yet. Lake Kegonsa, same thing. Mid-lake walleye bite doesn't seem to be materializing too much yet, but it's getting to be that time. Keep those pictures coming. I'm starting to get those worked into my slideshow here during the fishing report. It's a lot funner to look at than just that logo. And if you have any information you'd like to share, you can call us here at the store at 608-241-4225. Or another report source is our phone line at 608-244-3474, which spells Big Fish. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you soon.